Today we're going to talk about 4 important concepts of Chinese grammar which you may not learn from your textbooks, such as how we form a sentence and why the word order in Chinese is not always the same. And no matter which level you're at, knowing these things helps you learn Chinese faster and makes you more aware of the rules of this language. Hello everyone, welcome to Grace Mandarin Chinese. Before we talk about these concepts, you should know that the basic Chinese sentence structure is SVO, subject, verb, and then object, this word order, just like in English. Keep this in mind. Let's move on to our first concept. Forming a Chinese sentence depends more on its meaning instead of its form. So sometimes it won't be a complete SVO structure, but still a grammatically correct sentence, as long as it's obvious what it refers to. Usually if the subject or the object is deleted, you can understand the meaning of the sentence from the context. For example, someone asks, 你知道那个人是谁吗？你知道那个人是谁吗？你知道那个人是谁吗？ It means, do you know who that is? You might hear the answer like, 不知道，可能是新员工，要不要问他？不知道，可能是新员工，要不要问他？不知道，可能是新员工，要不要问他？ I don't know, he's probably a new employee. Shall we ask him? In this sentence, 我、I, 他、he, 我们、we are all deleted because you can easily understand the meanings in that situation. Another example could be, 你吃晚餐了吗？吃了。你吃晚餐了吗？你吃晚餐了吗？ Have you had dinner yet? 吃了。吃了 It means have eaten. 吃 means eat. And the here is a particle to demonstrate that the action, the verb, has been done. And yes, we do just say verb add the as an answer in this context. The meaning of it is the same as the answer, yes, I have, in English. In this context, the complete Chinese answer is 我吃晚餐了。我吃晚餐了 It means I have had dinner. But just like I said, as long as what it refers to is obvious, we can delete it. So here we delete 我, I, this subject, and 晚餐, this object, and then use 吃了 as an answer. So remember, Chinese sentences are formed by its meaning. It's very likely that you won't see or hear a complete SVO sentence structures in real life. Okay, the second concept is the Chinese sentence structures is not always in the SVO order. There are some other special structures and their word orders are different. It might be SOV or even OSV. And luckily it's not that hard because there are some rules for them. The first one is that there is usually a special characters in the sentence, such as 把 The second one is that the function of these special structures are different from the original SVO structure. Let me give you an example. 他吃了苹果 If we said 他吃了苹果 it means he ate the apple or he ate an apple. It's just an explanation of the situation. The point of this sentence is what he has done. The point is not about the object, apple. But if we want to emphasize that there is something happening to the object and that the object is being affected by something, we could use these 2 structures. Subject, 把, object, verb. For example, 他把苹果吃了。他把苹果吃了。他把苹果吃了。It means He ate the apple. Object 被 subject verb such as 苹果被他吃了苹果被他吃了 It means the apple was eaten by him. Okay, here I use different colors to mark the verbs because you can't just use random verbs here. There are some requirements for which verbs you can use in these types of sentences. And also there are some differences between these two structures, but I'm not going to look into them in this video. Right now you could just remember in these two structures, they both increased the importance of the object, and there are different kinds of word order in Chinese. The third one is Chinese is a topic predominant language. What does that mean? It means that we like to put topic at the beginning of sentences in order to let people know what we are talking about. Unlike in English, where people like to have a subject in a sentence. It's just a different preference. Keep this in mind, now you can try to understand the following sentence. 车子修好了车子修好了 It means someone got the car fixed, or I got the car fixed. Because the car is all I want to talk about, then I put it at the beginning of my sentence as a topic. So this sentence is not in a passive voice, although it looks like it is. But actually, 车子 is the topic here. Like I could say, 车子修好了，就像新的一样。车子修好了，就像新的一样。In this sentence, because 车子 is the topic of our conversation, I could directly add some new information to it. Like in this example, I added 就像新的一样，就像新的一样 which means just like a new one. And I don't have to point out what I'm talking about because 车子 is the topic. The function of the topic can also be applied in dialogue, like this. 车子修好了，真的就像新的一样，但还是不好开。车子修好了 ，Someone got the car fixed. 真的就像新的一样，真的就像新的一样。Indeed, it's just like a new one. 但还是不好开，但还是不好开。But it still doesn't drive well. According to the dialogue, you might notice that we don't have to use any noun like car or a pronoun like it to refer to what we are talking about. Okay, let's have more practice on how to use the topic structure. For example, if you and your friend are chatting about a new movie and you have already watched the movie, you could say, 那部电影我看过了。那部电影我看过了。那部电影我看过了。It means I've watched the movie. Because the movie is the topic of your conversation, so you can put that at the beginning of the sentence. Another example could be when you're discussing an issue or a particular thing with others, and you want to demonstrate your opinion on that, you could say, 这件事我觉得 and add your opinion. 这件事我觉得 and add your opinion. This things 这件事 is the topic of the conversation, so you can put it at the beginning of the sentence. The last one is there is another kind of structures that we use a lot. Here it is, verb add complement. For instance, 我看不懂，我看不懂。他跑很快，他跑很快。But because it can be used in many different ways and express different meanings, it's quite complicated, so I'm considering doing another video for it. Okay, these are the 4 important concepts which will help you learn Chinese faster and more easily. And if you want to learn more Chinese, remember to subscribe my channel. I will see you next time. Bye!